Hey babe, what you doing?
Hey y'all, welcome to Hillbilly Garage. I am finishing up teardown on our latest revival attempt. I had to fish that out.
What is that?
That is a lifter with a little bit of it missing: the roller, the pin bearings, the axle.
Where was it stuck?
Well, it was actually stuck in the lifter bore a little bit, not too bad. I just had to peck it on down through the hole. I didn't want to try to go out the regular way because I didn't know if his ears were spread or whatever.
Phew, this is a
But
stinky engine.
yeah, this one stinks pretty good. Little update. We scratched on the 8-ball with pool hall. That motor, it was, now I ain't saying it was unsalvageable, but it had spun a cam bearing. That's the reason I couldn't get the cam out the other night. And it was absolutely seized to the camshaft. Had to drive all the other cam bearings out with that bearing just to get the camshaft out. And it was the number 4. And of course, you know, we'd have had to get a line hone done so we could put cam bearings in it, special order cam bearings, because I was unable to locate them. I'm sure we'd had to have some made or something. But we also showed you in that video that the crankshaft was bent. Was it 33 thousandths run out? Cylinders were in bad shape, so they were going to have to be bored out. So I've made a couple calls, and not even counting the crankshaft, we were talking $800 to $1,000 in machine work just to get the block back to a condition. And that, you know, that's a lot of money. When there's a bunch of other cores out there that can be revived. So that's what we did. We went and picked us up another one here.
You took the other one to the scrapyard.
Yeah, we took it to the scrap.
Now what's this one?
This one, we call it Pigpen. And a couple of reasons, actually. The nice folks that we met when we picked up this revival, they live on a little farm, and they had some baby pigs and, well, grown pigs too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can tell by looking at this motor, it is pretty crappy, pretty nasty.
Where the heads at? They looked pretty bad too.
This is out of an 05, and it occurred to me just today, next year this motor will be 20 years old. You know, you think about it, this is it's the first leg of the current generation, but I mean, it's almost 20 years old. And you could tell by looking down into in the 20 years they ran this thing. And this is after I cleaned a lot of that crud out so I could even find the heads to the head bolts.
That looks worse than Sludge Monster.
Almost, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was caked and piled all the way up. Well, it'd have been down here. But all the bolt heads were buried in crust and crud. But
this is what happens when you don't ever change your oil, guys.
That is exactly right.
This is what your engine looks like when you don't change your oil ever.
Well, what's remarkable is there are no drop valve seats. The heads look pretty good. There's a couple broke bolts, no big deal. But I think those are going to be fine. I'm not going to particularly use them on this engine because obviously they are the old style, the pre-Eagles. I got a set of Eagle heads back there we've already talked about.
What else did you find?
That's what's going on in this. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about this evening. We started digging, and
Shine your light on it.
There is all kinds of good nasty crud down in this thing. Sludge, metal. Remarkably enough, I didn't find any real chunks of metal down here, because when I actually cracked into this baby, this is what I found trapped up in it. In case y'all can't tell, that is the end of a connecting rod.
It's all mangled.
There's the rod bolt. That's the cap side. That's the rod side.
Looks like it bent it.
Oh, it just mangled it. I mean, obviously, this is what the bottom of the connecting rod is supposed to look like. And you can see it's got bearings melted down in it. There's the one that broke, twisted. Piston skirt's all gone. Crazy, though, it didn't break the top of the piston, and it was hooked up in there a little bit. I had to give it a couple of pecks to get her to pop loose. Here's a broken piece of rod bolt. This is piston skirt.
It's like shrapnel in your engine, guys.
There was bearing spun on 2 journals. This one. These, I don't know. I mean, the crank can be turned if it wasn't bent, because I did a run out on it, and this one is not as bad as pool hall, but it's about 21 thousandths run out. I mean, and that can be fixed, but I don't know. Anyway, and these cracked rods can't be reconditioned, because the way they're fractured here, you can't cut the caps, to reduce the size to fix them back up. So they got to be changed back out, and that is bearing. I mean, it's hot. It's black.
It's all twisted. This is, metal. It's just like, it moved it like it was plastic.
I mean, that's not oil. That is black because it was hot.
This one is crazy how it's all twisted.
Yeah, well, it broke and then it got trapped in there by the counterweight. And here's another thing. This bearing set right here is welded together. I mean, it's not stuck to the journal, and it wasn't stuck in the piston, but you can see the union right there where the 2 halves of the shell meet.
So because it got so hot?
Yeah. I mean, of course I could break it off here, but I left it so we could talk about it. So yeah, we had a big mess in there. But.
And another reason why we called it Pigpen.
Pigpen. But the block has remarkably survived pretty well. I mean, there is a couple of nicks. There's some surface rust, antifreeze stains. But all the lifters, except for that one, came out very easily. And these rollers, they don't hardly have any slop in them at all. I mean, 20-year-old engine. And all of them slid right out of the bores, super slick.
Now, where's the broken one?
Oh,
is this it right here?
Right here.
This is one.
Yeah, that's another one. There was actually 2 that were broke.
Compare it to one that's not broken.
And it's just the you know, the axle pin, the roller bearings, and the roller itself. I found the axle piece. It was in there somewhere. There's a few other pieces that fell down in my liquid trap, and I ain't digging them out. But like I said, and the camshaft.
The guy said it started. Do you think it actually did start?
I don't know how it would have ran. I mean, no pressure. I don't know. He said he fired it up and made all kinds of noise, but the camshaft slid right out, slicker than snot. It does have a couple of places that are kindly nicked, but I think this camshaft can be saved. I mean, professionally, it'll need to be reground, but I mean, like I said, there's a couple of high spots that's got a little bit of booger to it, but I mean, there's no grooves. You know, where the lifters broke, you know, you could see the metal kind of dinged it a little, but you know, there's no like seized roller grooves like you get on the more current ones. So yeah, and here's the main bearings. I mean, they're not good, but they're not bad either. And then some of the rod bearings that weren't overheated, you know. So thrust bearing, it took a hit. Of course, when metal's going crazy in the oil, you know, that's going to happen. But it's just kind of amazing to me, really, to find broken pistons and spun bearings, and you know, it didn't trash the cylinders. It didn't destroy the camshaft, or you know. So it's crazy when you tear these apart. You never know what you're going to find, whether it's going to be, you know, this good or this bad or whatever it is. But you know, it's going to take a little bit, but this one can be saved, and it's going to be pretty, because we're going to clean it all up. We're going to put a color on there I haven't picked yet, but we'll keep that quiet until we decide. And yeah, we're going to move forward on it. Like I said, it's, you know, it's an 05, so it's non-variable valve timing, non-MDS, but you can see Chrysler already. I mean, when they first came out with these, they were all truck engines and none of them were MDS, but they were MDS ready, because these are the like what they call the Hellcat plugs. The pickups, the manual transmissions, that stuff that came without MDS. But it's already, of course, we are not going that direction, but you can see they were already manufacturing them for that. All right. One other thing I wanted to bring y'all up to date on, made a couple of things. I built my throttle for the run stand.
Let me go over here.
Yeah, I got a pair of vice grips on it right now. I got to get a cable keeper. But you can see she goes full throttle and back. And so I got my secondary tack. I wasn't real crazy about the first tack, so I got me a digital tack. And I'm ready for my other 3 gauges. And we're getting closer and closer to getting this thing ready. And then we're going to tear it all down and put some color to it. But I believe that's all that I've got for tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping in, visiting with us. We really hope you're going to throw some comments in there. Please subscribe. I know you hear that from everybody you watch on YouTube, but it's free. It is no obligation. It don't cost you nothing. And according to the analytics, I get about 3 times the number of views as subscribers I got. So that means 33 1/3% of the people that are watching, they don't subscribe. But we do ask, please, that you do. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything. But, you know, I want to build this channel up. I want to be able to reach more people and hopefully offer something up to help them. And the more subscribers we have, the more people get to see it. All right. We thank you. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see you. Bye.